This is Blend Club for August 2019. The tobacco we're going to be reviewing today is Super Value Bourbon Whiskey. Now, as you know, I like to, well, before we get started, just want to let you know that I am a little bit under the weather. I've got a slight cold where I live. It's been kind of getting cold at night and then really hot during the day, so it's affected my my breathing due to my asthma. So if I pause to take a drink, please forgive me. So let's continue with the review. As you know, I like to give you a little bit of information about the blend before we dive into the review, and that information is provided to us by tobaccoreviews.com. Super Value Bourbon Whiskey. Super Value Bourbon Whiskey uses fine Virginias and burleys to create a cool smoking blend that is made sweeter and more fragrant by the addition of premium bourbon whiskey flavor. The flavor is subtle and the room note is enjoyable, but most of all, you get all of this at a price that will make you smile. The brand is Super Value. It's blended by Sutliff Tobacco Company, manufactured by Sutliff Tobacco Company. The blend type is aromatic. The contents are black Cavendish, burley, and Virginia. The flavoring is bourbon whiskey, and it's a ribbon cut. The strength is mild to medium. The flavoring is medium. The taste is medium, and the room note is very pleasant. Alright, well, if you've got your tobacco with you, take it out and let's take a look at what we have here. Let's take a visual look at the tobacco. Like the last tobacco that we did, the Dan tobacco, it's kind of the same. It's got a little bit more brown color, the deeper browns. It's got the darker black of the Cavendish, the lighter bits for the Virginia, and the brownish color is going to be the burley. Alright, so let's take a whiff of what we can smell, see if we can pick out any of the blend components by putting our nose in there and kind of drawing in the scent. Oh yeah. Well, as you know, I live in the state of Kentucky, and there's two things in Kentucky that we pride ourselves on. One is horse racing, and the other one is Kentucky bourbon. I'm not sure if this is Kentucky bourbon or not, but it's definitely bourbon. I can definitely smell the bourbon. Yes, it's there, definitely there. But I can smell the Cavendish as well. But the bourbon is what's really monopolizing the smell. Mine was a little bit moist. Moisture level was a little bit more in this one than it has been in the past tobaccos that I have this year. I guess they really did a good job of sealing it because it was a little bit more moisture in it than usual. But that's okay, not a problem. Alright, before we get started, I want to kind of confess something to you. I hate to say this, but I'm kind of a tobacco snob. Before this tobacco, my opinion was, if it didn't come in a tin, then it wasn't real tobacco. So I kind of I've shied away from those tobaccos that are in pouches. It's just it's just me. It's not that these tobaccos are bad, and if you really love those types of tobaccos, then it's no slight on you. It's just, for some reason, I don't know why, I got the idea in my head that, you know, if it came in a pouch, it really probably was a substandard tobacco. So that being said, daggone, I've done it again. Hold on. Need something to light your tobacco, don't you? Okay, so I have smoked this about halfway down, and let's light it up and see what we can taste. Well, as you also know, I'm not very keen on burleys. I'm not a burley man. And I can definitely taste the bourbon. The topping is there for sure. But it's a sweet bourbon. I can just barely, just a hint of burley, but it's not bad. It's the bourbon taste has overtaken that quite well. The sweetness comes from the Virginia, but I think the topping of the bourbon helps it along. I find the addition of the burley gives us a little bit more volume of smoke, and that's good. Not bad. Can get a little bit bitey, so it needs to be sipped. Needs to be sipped. But I'm quite impressed. So I'm officially telling you, I'm wrong. Some of these pouch blends are pretty good. This one especially pretty good. Very nice. So, some information I want to tell you, or I don't know what you would call it, but if you are totally out, you're out in town, or you're out somewhere and you stop by a drugstore and they've got this blend, then pick it up. If you're needing something to smoke and you are out of everything, this Super Value is really good. It really is. So, as you know, I give my rating in smiley face emojis, and I'm rating this one 3 out of 5 star. 3 out of 5 smiley face emojis. It's good. It's a good tobacco, but again, like the last one, like the Dan Tobacco Blue Note, it really didn't blow my socks off. It's sort of one of those tobaccos where you throw it in the pipe, light it up, and just go about your day. It's not something that you sit and kind of pick out each individual blend component. It's just throw it in the pipe, light it up, and go. So, all right. So what I'd like you to do is kind of the same thing. I'd like you to give me your rating first, and then give me a short synopsis of what you thought of the blend. Was it sweet enough? Was it too wet for you? Just give me some ideas of what you thought about the blend. Now, just a warning that I'd like only review comments about the blend. If you send me a comment saying, "Hey Mutton Chop, what's the best? What pipe should I buy?" or "What's the best tobacco I should get when I first start smoking a pipe?" I'll read them, but I'll delete them. I've got plenty of other videos that you can ask those kind of questions. But please, on the review videos, just in the comments, put your review and your rating. Alright, well that's it for this month's Blend Club. Until we meet again for Blend Club, I want to wish you sweet smokes.